Hi, my name is Rock Santos, co-founder of Q Swimwear, and I'm a swimmer. We've created a swim brand by swimmers, for all swimmers. Even the last swimmer in the water. Yeah, you know who you are, standing there waiting for, exactly what are you waiting for? You know the water, it's not going to get any warmer. Q Swimwear, a brand for all swimmers, even the last swimmer in the water.
This is the Morning Swim Show for Tuesday, November 23rd, 2010. I'm your host, Peter Bush. In the Phoenix Monitor today, we'll talk to Jim Ellis. He's been coaching for about 30 years. He deserves a lot of credit for bringing swimming to inner city Philadelphia. The movie Pride was actually based on his team. And Jim Ellis joins us right now in the Phoenix Monitor from Philadelphia. Jim, welcome to the Morning Swim Show. How are you?
Good morning. How are you today? I'm doing quite well.
It's great to have you on. How's everything going?
Fantastic. As you can see, I'm sitting in our brand new 10-lane, 25-yard, 25-meter competition pool in Philadelphia.
And it is quite a sight, and it's quite a backstory of how you got to this point, because I imagine by no means 30 years ago were you training in such a nice facility.
Definitely not 30 years ago.
How'd you get your start in swimming?
My dad threw me out of a boat on a lake, and my mother convinced him that was not the way to teach at the local YMCA in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I learned in one lesson, and I found out then I had an affinity for swimming, and I've been swimming ever since.
And eventually you decided, hey, I want to share my talent and knowledge with other kids.
Yeah, well, coming out of college back in 1971, I wanted to do something to give back to the community, and I had an opportunity to work for the Philadelphia Recreation Department, and they just built a 25-yard, 6-lane indoor swimming pool. So I started a swim team for the neighborhood kids, not thinking that I would be around 30 years later still doing it for children in the city of Philadelphia.
But a couple of years ago, they had to sort of pull the plug on that, didn't they?
Yes, it's ironic. Right after the movie Pride came out, they shut down our swimming facility. And with the Salvation Army, I heard they received a grant from the Ray and Joan Kroc Foundation, the people who started McDonald's. We received a $73 million grant to build a community center in Philadelphia. Yeah. It just so happens it was about a month away. I convinced them to put in a competitive swimming pool along with a leisure or water park type of pool. And so we have what we have today, a 10-lane, 25-yard, 25-meter pool.
Now, so you've got this great facility in the city of Philadelphia. You know, swimming has kind of been known over the years as sort of an affluent suburban sport. Do you think, you know, taking swimming to the next level, especially USA Swimming, you're going to have to get more of these inner city groups and take advantage of these great athletes?
Oh, absolutely. One of the big things that I've always tried to sell to USA Swimming is that facilities is the key to success of having a program. Access to facilities. There are a lot of facilities in our city, just like mine was brand new in 1980, and it's closed down now for repairs. And you see pools all over Philadelphia that are just not open, and the communities don't have access. PDR was fortunate in my 30-plus years in the city of Philadelphia. I had 2 brand new pools to operate out of, and I could grow my program on a continuous basis. And now here I'm on my 3rd pool. This one is completely the state of the art. They took and put in things that I've asked them to do. It's very well lit. It's inviting. The environment's inviting. It's a place people want to spend some time in. And I have a lot of water. The second thing that made it very successful is that having a pool at my disposal, I started young people very young in a great Learn to Swim program, and they stayed within the program. And I was fortunate that I had a lot of young athletes that were in my program. And so they could learn the skill, develop the skill, and then they were competitive by nature, and so we became a very successful program.
Well, you know, if you get some young, incredibly talented athletes who come in, and you know, maybe a 10-year-old who wants to swim, and they get better and better, you know, you're gonna have to stick around coaching for another 15 years or so, Coach.
I figure about another 20 at least. I have to keep up with some of the greats around, some of my contemporaries, some of the coaches that were mentors to me when I first started coaching. Yeah, I still have a lot of things to achieve in this sport, so I'm not ready to walk away yet.
It's good to see you still have the passion. And it's a beautiful facility there. I mean, just incredible. It's fantastic. Well, good luck with the new team.
Oh, thank you. By the way, we're getting ready to host a big meet here December the 9th. We're going to have the Army-Navy swim meet here on December the 9th to bring exposure to the community on what types of swim meets that we are capable of hosting in the area. And it also show a lot of young families and their children what the sport can do for you, where it will take you, and just we want them to get the excitement. And what better meet than the Army-Navy meet? I mean, the whole Army-Navy thing is a rivalry. The football game will be held that Saturday following the swim meet. So we're going to use that as a kickoff for our, it's going to start at the first of the year. And then we're going to have our first major tryout for the swim team on January the 8th. So we're piggybacking off of this swim meet that we're having here at our facility on December the 9th.
Well, Swimming World's going to be covering it, so we'll be out there, and we'll definitely be talking more about that meet. Coach, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you for having me, and I just want to say hello to everybody in the Swimming World community, and that I want to let everybody know that Philadelphia is back.
That's Coach Jim Ellis joining us in the Finis Monitor. Appreciate his time. That is it for today's show. I'm Peter Bush, reminding you to keep your head down at the finish.